Recording in progress.
Please come to a resting position in your body. And you may close your eyes and bring your backs straight to a straight position. And bring a gentle smile to your face, aware of your surroundings. Now transcending any worries and anxieties and troubles from this week, this day, this hour. You leave behind the past and put down any thoughts concerning your future right now. Notice your in-breath and out-breath, your shoulders and their movements. Let us quickly scan your sitting position, scanning with your eyes, relaxing the thousands of muscles there, relaxing your face, your forehead, the top of your head, the back of your head, your neck, relaxing your shoulders. Maybe you can bring your shoulders all the way up with your in-breath and drop your shoulders as you breathe out. And let us do that a couple of times. And relax your shoulders even more, breathing in and breathing out. Your chest relaxed. And relax also the upper back, mid back, and your lower back. And relaxing your sitting bones, all with loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, and joy toward yourself. Relaxing also your muscles, sitting muscles, your knees, relaxing your ankles, the soles of your feet, and your toes. Now notice you are getting deeply rooted to the ground below, like a strong tree that has nice roots. Instead of getting involved with seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, physical sensations, and thinking, you are just being aware, of what comes and what goes away. Things arise and disappear. They come and go without you doing anything about them. You are an observer, knowing that the path is there is no traveler. The only thing that is moving now, perhaps, is your inhaling and exhaling. Your brain is less active investigating things, but observing the body's activity of breathing in and breathing out. Take a deep breath in mindfully and mindfully breathe out. And once again, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now forgive yourself for all the past mistakes. The past is like a bad page that can be edited. It's not a blank page. You are happy here with just your good health, good intentions and purposes rekindled in life toward a happier, content being. Noticing the difference between human being and human doing. Take a long breath in and exhale. Notice also short encounters of your in-breath and out-breath. Taking a short breath in, you establish mindfulness there. Breathing out, you are mindful, whether it is short or long. Breathe in and breathe out, experiencing the breath in your shoulders, hands, lungs, the entire upper body. Slow and gentle breathing. Adjust your body when there is any painful feeling arising with no aversion whatsoever. Notice your quiet mind free from thinking. Thoughts come and go, but you are not actively thinking about things. All these experiences are, whether it is meditative, non-meditative, they are dependently arising, conditionally arising from the past, from the present, and the way things happen naturally. You are just observing how your awareness expands from body to the surrounding. If you are experiencing relief, that is also dependently arising. If you are experiencing suffering, that is also dependently arising, and use that as fertilizer for happiness and growth. Recognize tranquility, recognize wisdom, and you just continue to breathe in and breathe out with the mind imbued with loving kindness, free from ill will, free from jealousy, free from hatred, free from the burdens of the past and the future. Notice again the airflow coming in and out of through your nostrils, how the body magically does that for us. Enjoy this moment. Whenever you feel distracted, come back to your breathing in and breathing out and observe. Detached, relaxed, and expansive in your awareness. Gently come out of your meditation. Okay, our printer is not working, so I did not print out anything for today. But I wanted to discuss about jealousy. Um, the Buddha has spoken about it a couple of times, and the Pali word for jealousy is issā. Sanskrit word is īrṣyā. Is it similar in Hindi? Okay, īrṣyā. It's one of the 16 defilements of the mind. I'm sure the mind has more than 16 defilements. And it comes with arrogance, hypocrisy, and fraud, and resentment. And in Tibetan Buddhism, they talk about the green-eyed, what is the word? Green-eyed monster, jealousy coming out of your eyes. So I gathered some things that we can discuss. So there are 7 signs that someone is jealous of you, even though you have not done any harm to these people, this individual or this person, this coworker, this friend, this person. One thing they would do is they badmouth you. Uh, they start to speak things that are not true about you or that they shouldn't be talking about you. And this is obvious. Number 2 is they never congratulate you. They just cannot stand the fact that you are doing well. They just don't want to congratulate you. And number 3, you sense passive aggression for no reason in them, as if you've done something annoying to them that you are not aware of, or you never intended any harm to them. But again, there's this passive aggression, like I don't know what would be a good example for passive aggression, but I would say something like closing the door, slamming the door when you are around. Would that be an example? Um, making noises that are unpleasant, like, to just show some aggression. Um, and number 4, you hear emotionally charged comments about you. Um, that you don't know where they are coming from, but of course the root there is this jealousy, or combination of jealousy and anger, and something that they need to work on. But you notice, you hear emotionally charged comments as if you destroyed something of theirs that you don't even know that you had the intention to, that you didn't even actually act upon such things. Number 5, this is also obvious. They make your big achievements seem ordinary, like anyone can do it. It's just you are not any important, or of course, nobody has to think that they're important, but they go this extra mile to try to put you down or just not never um, accept the fact that you are also doing well in life or you are achieving things in life that are important to you. And number six, they put you down indirectly by giving you advice in public. They don't want to look bad in public themselves, but you can sense that whatever they are saying is about you and something they are dealing with in their minds about you. And number seven, they laugh hard when someone makes fun of you in a humiliating way. They, it's as if they were waiting for that to happen. Now they can just finally release that laughter and laugh toward you. So these are these seven. I'm sure there are more, but these seven things. If you notice these things happening, I think you need to clearly set boundaries and protect your mental peace. And um, what is the um phrase that says uh, forgiveness? What is access denied, but apology accepted. If even if they never apologize, but you accept this as a truth, but access completely denied. That means you do not share any information about what is happening in your life because they are not wanting any success, any happiness in your life, apparently. They lack joy in their life. So that's another way to explain jealousy, lacking joy, unconditional joy in their heart. Joy is a quality that everybody needs to cultivate. It's an appamana. Appamana is the word for infinite quality. Joy that can be cultivated with no conditions. I'm just happy for you. I'm happy this person is doing well. I'm happy he got this. I'm happy she's beautiful. I'm happy. Just this innate happiness, innate wonderment. Oh, wow, this is happening, and I can also celebrate this. You are happy that you are a friend of this person, you are a co-worker of this person, you are working for this company. These are things that are naturally present, but when you are in that mindset is an important thing. You do not have that mindset, you are not going to enjoy those qualities. So the Tibetan phrase I meant to say it is the phrag, it's the dog, dog, but phrag dog, something like that. This is the word for jealousy. If anyone knows Tibetan, please correct me here. So I think when we live our lives surrounded by the jealous people, when they exhibit these signs, what matters is not their jealousy, but your purpose in life. Taking small steps toward achieving your goal in life. You know your worth, you know your values, you know what your intentions are, and that, you know, you trust the Dhamma. Dhamma is the truth. You trust the truth that you are cultivating generosity in life, you are cultivating compassion in life, you are cultivating joy in life, and never harming any harming this person or this group of people that are intending harm toward you or which secretly wishing bad things to happen to you. No. So the Buddha says, Manivatta abhikama. Abhikama. Strive, like do not turn back, do not run away. Persevere. Continue working toward your purpose in life. There's a story, famous story from the Buddhist tradition. This is Mitta. Mitta, I try to look for the meaning. Mitta can mean friendship, but Vinda can be someone perhaps jealous of friendship or something, but I may be wrong there. But Mitta is the name of this monk. He had a big supporter, and this supporter was kind enough to build a monastery for this monk, and he was living happily there. But this one time, an enlightened monk visited, and this he met this supporter, and the supporter directed him to the monastery and asked him to stay. Now the other monk, Mittavinda, started feeling insecure. Okay, now this perfect monk is going to steal my place, and I'm going to not, no, I'm not, I will be compared. See, comparison is also a reason for jealousy. And when, so he showed a room for this monk to stay, and this supporter came and asked where this monk is, and he showed where the guest monk was staying, and this supporter provided him more comfort, drinks for the evening, and so on. And he went home inviting both monks for a meal at his house next day. And the way of a monastery is that they hit the gong to announce the time to leave for the alms round. But instead of actually hitting the gong, he just tapped it like this with his finger just to make his mind happy that he did it. And he also went to the door of this monk and just tapped it like this. So the monk could not hear that he did that. And he went alone. And the supporter, this wealthy person, asked, where is the guest monk? Oh, I hit the gong and he's fast asleep. He's just a lazy monk. This monk didn't know what he was actually talking about. And the lay supporter gave the good meal he prepared only to this monk and gave extra to bring to the visiting monk. If he wakes up, please give him his food. And this monk was not wanting to share any food. He didn't he didn't want to bring this food. He didn't want to throw it away into the water because it will be noticed by the villagers. Food is rare. And he burnt it. He put it into a place where there was fire, and he just let it burn completely with no trace, and happily went to the monastery. And by then, that other monk had already gone on alms round because he did not hear any sign of a monk being around. So, and this upsetted Mittavinda monk. He felt really bad about himself for behaving this way. Um, and the monk never returned. He went on his way, and he just did not want any. And so he sensed that this was happening, and he just did not want to cause any discomfort for this monk. But if, Mittavinda suffered this behavior of him all his life, and the story says that he suffered for 500 births of his. In future births, he continued to be born in such circumstances that he just could not be happy in his life for what he had. So this is how far things can go, and the Buddha's message is that clean your mind from such tendencies of jealousy, and that way you are just content in your life. You are just happy for this moment. So this is one way to uh, talk about one story that is very useful to discuss about jealousy. And there are teachings like in this Metta Sutta. a loving discourse on establishing loving kindness, the Buddha says, Naparo parang nikupeta, do not put down anyone. Nati manyeta katta chinankanchi. In any place, do not do not humiliate anyone. Vyarosana patika sanya, be free from the thought of anger or thought of ill will toward anyone. Nanya manyasa dukkha, do not wish any suffering on anyone. A simple wish of that kind could be, may he be destroyed, may he be um, defamed, or may his reputation be destroyed, that kind of wish. People, may he make a big mistake so that the whole company come to know about that mistake and he gets to suffer. Why does anyone have to have that kind of thought? Our purpose in life is to really protect others, even when they make mistakes. You are someone who can be a good friend, to be a companion for this person. I see your good qualities and I'm willing to support you to improve, not to criticize you and put you down. Can we do that? That's a big heart. That is a good person. That is a person who understands the roots of compassion and kindness and wanting his growth and the growth of others. That's very good quality. Jealousy also is mentioned in Vattupama Sutta. Vatta is a piece of cloth, and the Buddha says, uh, monks, jealousy is a defilement of mind. Abandon it, and it's a poison, and do not cultivate it. Do not cultivate jealousy because it's going to destroy you. When you are thinking of destroying others, it's you that you are going to get destroyed. You are going to put yourself into a hell realm by thinking in this way. There's also another sutta. This is Parabhava Sutta. Parabhava is someone who's falling into his own what is, downfall. This discourse on downfall, qualities that a person who experiences downfall has. One silly example there is this person who is older marries a young wife and he cannot sleep thinking that his young wife will run away or somebody else will fall in love with this young wife. So there is jealousy definitely arising in his mind. And taking this as an example, the Buddha says this is a cause for one's downfall. And I mentioned earlier, this will be the last thing I mentioned for today, that jealousy is dependently arising. So like craving, craving in mind, there's some craving that we need to recognize there. That there is some self-building, that you are better or somebody else is bad. These are conditions that we need to recognize in mind. This does not do any good to oneself or others. And we tend to compare ourselves with possessions, abilities, status, and therefore jealousy start to arise. And it's noticed in your mind as a state of a hindrance, an obstacle for purity of your own mind. By overcoming jealousy, joy arises, tranquility arises, more peace arises, and your heart is in a resting place that is really good for you. It before it benefits anyone else, it's good for your own heart. All right, that's all talking from my side. Anything you want to share? Any questions, comments, anything? Or anything that you noticed that will be helpful for you this day, this week? I like to hear.
Sometimes when we get jealous, the object of the jealousy is um, sometimes an imaginary situation or an idea that doesn't match up with the reality. So it's
True,
even more pointless.
absolutely. Our mind can imagine things that don't exist. That's not the truth. And no soon there's jealousy arisen, and it also is a part of imagination. It does not help anyone. So it's good to abandon it, let go of it, and even acknowledge the presence of it. Hey, jealousy, I recognize you. Goodbye. Right? Anyone on Zoom has anything to share? Anything? Or do you have a thought to share?
Yeah, when going through some of the behaviors to recognize that someone else might be jealous of, I think I was thinking about when I do those behaviors, what that might be saying about my own mental state.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think that the times when I see myself doing those things, I don't know if I would traditionally call it jealousy. It feels like the times when I struggle with bad mouth or
Hmm.
passive aggressive are still something that's a source of comparison to others.
Hmm.
That, it's such a comparison which I feel better than another person. I want. So the jealousy, I feel like it's almost I'm jealous of this person is better than me. Maybe. Or that's tradition how I thought about it, but I think there's a just the other side of it. How jealousy.
Definitely, I think jealousy can have many aspects of it, and that noticing it in our own mind and how vain jealousy can be to us and how unnecessary it is for our ordinary day-to-day lives, work situations. And you can gently close the door. That's the choice. You can stop bad mouthing another person and say something you hear from this person and you bring it as news to another person and start gossiping. This is difficult but easy when you start to make it a habit. You just zip up your mouth and stay quiet. You do know something about this person, but you are not going to be the person who's going to transmit that piece of knowledge to another person. It's a burden to do that. A sensitive person, sensible person, immediately after sharing that information, they will feel guilty because this other party can mishandle that information and and use it for their benefit or for their whatever. They may get an evil thought can enter their mind and mishandle this information and speak divisively between the two of you. Like they will say they want credits or marks and they will say, be careful about this person. He said this about you. Uh, this also shouldn't happen. But I think it's a huge part to recognize it in our own mind and instead dwell on loving kindness, compassion, unconditional joy, and equanimity. These are infinite good qualities that we can cultivate, and that these are harmless completely to oneself and others. They are beautiful qualities. So we have alternatives here. Instead of cultivating that comparison, insecurity, and jealousy, Understanding our own strength is helpful. Knowing what we like doing with our life, the purpose, and cultivating those, not trying to do what other person is trying to do. Let them do them properly, and you just rejoice in your achievements in a small way or big way, because you can naturally be happy that you are who you are. You know, does that speak to what you were describing? Yeah. Yeah. Lee, you are quiet today.
Well, it's very, very practical.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. What's the Chinese word for jealousy?
嫉妒,
嫉妒.
It's actually even almost the same pronunciation. J-I,
Uh,
jealousy.
hmm.
This actually is often encountered in academia. Because in academia, different research groups could be working on similar topics and competing with each other. And that creates an environment where jealousy often arises.
That can happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of that I have seen between and among the faculty members of universities, and you see a happy, smiling face, but behind that, there's a lot of suffering also, unfortunately. Yeah. All right. So that's perhaps it for today. It's 6:55 and time to share merits. Okay. Please join your palms together and join with me with this wish. May suffering ones be suffering free and fear struck fearless be. May grieving shed all grief and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power share this merit of ours. May they long protect you, protect the Buddha's teachings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Good night, everyone online.